Namaste everyone. I've been asked to do a quick morning video for people with back and neck tension from sitting in chairs for long periods of the day. First of all, tension in the back, shoulders and neck is reduced when you have a strong core and a strong shoulder girdle. It's great to stretch out the tension, but it needs to be balanced with strengthening into the muscles needed to support your posture. So for videos on building up strength in those areas, for reducing tension long term, check out my other videos, and I'll be posting a short video sitting on a chair and showing you a few things that you can do during the day at your desk to alleviate tension that builds up. You may also think that you only have pain in the lower back or in the shoulders, so why stretch out or strengthen other areas? Well, because it's all connected. So tight hips, for instance, can affect the shoulders or neck, or tension in the left side of the lower back can throw off the right shoulder. So if you think that some of your upper body tension, for instance, could be stemming from tight hips, check out my video on yoga for opening the hips. Now you can skip this whole intro bit the next time you watch the video. Okay, so find yourself in a comfortable sitting position with the back straight and tall. If you're sitting on the edge of a bed or a chair, make sure that your feet are flat on the ground. Learn to engage your core muscles here by slightly tilting your pelvis down to lengthen the lumbar spine and engage the core muscles by pulling up through the lower abdominals. And you should be able to feel that difference. You may find that sitting just the tailbone on a small cushion, so not your whole butt, will release the hips a bit and make sitting more comfortable. Let your shoulders relax and make sure that your neck has no creases in the back of it, so lower the chin a bit. We're going to start with the neck and its 3 directions of movement. So first, breathe in long and deeply into the belly, feeling it balloon, and breathe out, engaging the core muscles by pulling the belly button back to the spine. Sit up even taller as you breathe in, and as you slowly exhale, let your right ear fall to the right shoulder, taking it gently for the first round of any of these stretches. Very important to move with deep breaths. Breathe in to come up and out to the other side, taking awareness of the muscles that you're stretching and if you feel any difference on either side. Inhale to come back up and exhale to the other side a bit further if you can, bearing in mind that today your body may be a little bit different than yesterday. Inhale to come up and exhale that little bit further to the other side. Listen to your body and breathe into today's stretch. Inhale and come back up, and this time exhale, looking behind your right shoulder. Feel the belly expand as you come forwards again, and exhale, drawing the belly all the way into the spine to the other side. One more time, inhaling to the front, exhale round to the right a little further, inhaling and then exhaling round to the left. Now let your head drop back and doing only half circles, swaying your right ear to your right shoulder and then like a pendulum, left ear to the left shoulder. Do this a few times from side to side, breathing into your stretch each side. The breath is important because the oxygen intake is going to feed the muscles and break down lactic acid and tension. Now gently draw your head back up so it's in the neutral position, and slowly let the chin drop down, and take 2 long deep breaths here, really identifying and breathing into the stretch, coming up the back and into the neck. And then do semicircles with the chin, taking it over to the right shoulder and gently to the left, never doing full circles because it can damage the cervical spine. Now we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So we're going to take them back and up, forwards and down. Nice big circles with the breath. You can inhale 1 big circle and exhale the next. Keep the arms completely relaxed, so you're just focusing on stretching the shoulders and there's no tension there. And in the other direction, up, back and down. Forwards, breathing in, back and down. Breathing out, forwards, up, back and down. Lovely. Let's put the fingertips on the shoulders. We're going to do elbow circles. So again, back, up, all the way forwards, almost touching if you can. Moving with your breath. And then in the other direction. Nice big circles, as big as you can. Lovely. Now taking the hands onto the knees, we're going to do a seated cat-cow stretch, as we call it. So as we breathe in, we want to look up and really expand that space between the pelvis and the nose. Keep hold of the knees as you exhale and curl yourself back. Chin comes down towards the belly. Inhaling to come up and opening, and exhale, supporting with the hands on the knees. Exhale as you circle, take yourself back. One more time. Inhale and opening up, and exhale, curling back. Lovely. And from here, we're going to do some seated circles. So taking the ribs all the way to the right, like we've just done, we're going to inhale and open the chest, looking up, and then to the side and curling back, hands supporting the knees. Try to breathe in as you circle to the front, opening the chest, exhale, curling it all the way back. And then in the other direction, ribs to the side, inhale, opening up that space, circling all the way back as you exhale, squeezing the air out. Lovely. And then gently releasing. Some side stretches. Now these are really important because the oblique muscles often get forgotten. So you can place one hand on the floor, breathe in as you raise the other arm up, and exhale as you stretch over. Take it gently. Breathe in to come up and out to the other side. Lovely. Once more with your breath, breathing in, come up nice and tall. Exhale that little bit further if you can. Inhale, coming up, and exhaling over. Lovely. Also very important, a twist. So we're going to do this one seated. We're going to inhale nice and tall and exhale, always twisting to the right first. Very important that, always twisting to the right. We're going to take the left hand onto the thigh. The right hand's going to come as close behind us as it can. And we're going to use the inhale to push into that right hand, growing nice and tall, and exhale that little bit further. Take it very gently, then breathe that little bit further into the twist. One more big inhale and then exhale, coming back to the front. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Use the exhale to gently twist to the other side, grounding that left hand into the floor or the chair behind you. Nice and tall as you're breathing in, exhaling that millimeter further round. One more inhale and use the exhale to come back. Lovely. Okay. Breathe in. We're going to stretch the arms forwards and come all the way up. And breathe out. Let them go outwards as far as you can. In the other direction, we're going to inhale and take them out and up, palms touching if you can, and exhale, bringing them forwards. Once more, inhale, taking them forwards and up. The shoulders are tight, you can have the hands apart. Exhaling them down to the sides, and inhale out to the side, all the way up, and exhale, coming down. Lovely. We're going to let the hands release behind us. If you're on the floor or on a chair or bed, you might be able to rest the hands on the floor for a gentle back bend, so lifting the chest. Neck can roll back or forwards, wherever it's comfortable, or you can just interlace the fingers and draw the shoulder blades together, pulling the hands down and opening the chest. Give yourself a couple of breaths here. And now to counter stretch, very slowly curl the lower back first as you bring yourself forwards, and we're going to come into a forward fold. So nice and slowly, especially if you get a bit dizzy in the morning, just going to take ourselves over. If the hands don't reach the floor, that's absolutely fine. You can have them on the thighs, back of the shins. And we just want to have the legs nice and straight and lengthen through the back. So just feeling that length from the tailbone all the way out through the spine, really pulling it forwards to lengthen through the back. If you can reach the floor, fantastic. Just breathing into that stretch. Don't curl the back. We want to feel it pulling, the spine pulling out of the pelvic girdle and really reaching all the way out through the crown of the head. Lovely, one more breath. And then gently coming up into a standing position. Another very good one for alleviating tension. So the seated circles are working more of the middle and upper back. Now we're going to bend the knees and we're going to do some hip circles, taking them all the way to the right, forwards, side and back. It's not a very attractive stretch necessarily, this one, but it's a really good one to do. And in the other direction, keep breathing deeply. You can go faster if you like, just making it nice, big circles. Lovely. Okay, last two we're going to do, if you've got the time, is coming down onto the floor or even onto the bed. You can do this. And the first one's going to strengthen the shoulders and the back, and the second one's going to open up the hips a little bit, and then we're going to finish off with a really good stretch for the spine. So lying on your belly with the feet a bit apart. Most important here is to engage the buttocks, interlace the fingers behind your back if you can, otherwise you can have the palms facing down to the mat behind you. Keep the neck completely relaxed, engage the buttocks and lift the thighs and the chest off the mat. You might not lift very much, that's absolutely fine. What's important here is to be engaging the buttocks, supporting the lower back and making sure the neck's relaxed. And you can do this just by swaying the head gently from side to side, making sure there's no tension there. And then gently come down, ground the hands under your shoulders. We're going to lift up and push ourselves back into a nice hip opener. So here we want to open the knees out, but we're allowing the toes to come in towards each other, and we're going to sink back down. Make sure the elbows are bent so that the shoulders are really relaxing and rolling forwards, and bring yourself down onto the mat. If your buttocks can reach the floor, that's great. If not, perhaps you're sitting on your heels. Wherever comfortable, what you want to do is really relax through the buttocks, the hips and the thighs, and just really breathe in, allowing yourself to really sink downwards. Lovely. Last big breath, release into the pose even further. And then bringing yourself back up, bring the knees under the hips, very important here for knee safety. Then our last pose, really great one, our downward dog. We're going to do this slightly modified so that we're working more on the spine and the shoulders and neck than we are on stretching the hamstrings. So bringing yourself up, make sure that your middle finger is in line with your elbows and your shoulders. So arms are really straight. We're going to keep the knees bent here, and we're going to push into the hands and really lengthen all the way up through straight arms and spine. What's very important here as well is that you allow the elbows to roll outwards, not rolling in. And you'll feel the difference between what happens to your shoulders. When you roll the elbows in towards each other, your shoulders are going to curl and roll. When you roll the elbows out, external rotation, you're going to get a really good stretch across the scapula. Feet are about 10 centimeters apart. You can have the legs straight, or as I say, bending them a bit so that you can really push into the floor with the hands. Make sure the neck stays completely relaxed here, and just really breathe into that lovely stretch from the palms of the hands all the way up through the arms into the shoulders and lengthening through the spine. And then coming down and getting on with your day. I hope that's helped. Please try to do it every morning, just a few minutes. It'll make a great difference. Remember that you need to strengthen your core to be able to sit up straight for longer periods of time without any tension. Try not to round the back during the day and breathe deeply. Namaste.